Too Sweet Wrestling Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, January 25th, and this is episode 4 of the Too Sweet Podcast. Yes, indeed, it is the Royal Rumble. It is the special Too Sweet Wrestling Royal Rumble Podcast. Yes, indeed, we're going to get into all the matches. We're going to get into the Royal Rumble matches itself. I'm going to break down surprise entrants, first eliminations to set up a future WrestleMania match, most eliminations, Final Four, number 30 pick, and the winners of both Royal Rumbles. So let's not even waste any more time. I'm going to get into my thoughts on the XFL reboot that Vince McMahon has going. I'm going to get right into that. So let's get going. If you're listening on Podomatic, you feel free to follow me on my Podomatic page, and also feel free to hit that download button. Podomatic has a very nifty playback feature, and it's very, very nifty indeed. But I like, when I'm listening to podcasts, I like to have my own phone because I know my phone, I know how to get around on it. So feel free to hit the download, won't take long at all. Also, if you're listening on YouTube, feel free to hit that like button for your boy. Also, feel free to check out my t-shirt store at TeePublic. I have that up. I'll leave the links in the description. I have a King of Strong Style t-shirt. I have a Queen of Strong Style t-shirt made as well. I'll leave the timestamps for this video down in the description. And also, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at o.m.g Corey B and at 2SweetPod. That's the number 2, Sweet Pod. So, now that I done got that all out the way, let's get going. So I wake up today, I get on Twitter, the first thing I see is Royal Rumble talk, and then right after that, Vince McMahon is relaunching a football league once again, just like the XFL. And man, I just started laughing right on the spot, because it just brought back memories of the XFL. You didn't know what was going to happen, so you just had to tune in just to see. It was football. You had to watch it. And here we go again. The XFL flop, and Vince McMahon out here trying to do it again. And I gotta say, sadly enough, I'm going to watch again, just to see what happened. Just to see. And if it start flopping again, I'm out, man. I'm gonna give it a look-see to see what it is, but I do not have high hopes for this. I wish him the best, but boy, I tell you what I do wish is that he gets in a press conference and says, you know, I'm gonna start this football league, because this football league is gonna take up so much of my time. I'm gonna hand the WWE over to Paul Levesque. And I'll start jumping for joy if he does that, because I've had my problems with Triple H throughout the years. Lord knows I've had my problems with him hogging the belt, backstage politics, all of that. But the guy has a great wrestling mind. He's an NWA junkie, and I really think that guy's going to put the wrestling back in WWE when he gets the chance to do so. So I love it if Vince McMahon just took over this football promotion full time and just handed everything down to Triple H. Would be great, but we'll see how that happens. I'm not here for that. I'm here to talk about the Royal Rumble, so let's get right on into it. The first match we have is Jason Jordan, the tag team champions, Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins versus The Bar. This should be a very interesting match. It's going to be a very good match. We have the unlikely tag team champions, the Vince Russo idea of the unlikely tag team champions, but here we are. I'm not really feeling Jason Jordan and Rollins, but I like both of these guys athletically in the ring. So against The Bar as well, Sheamus and Cesaro, I feel like this is going to be a great match. Although this whole storyline with Jason Jordan, I'm not feeling. They have him being the Steve Urkel of wrestling, and like, I don't get it. Like, this is a guy that, when I watched him at NXT, I saw one match with American Alpha, and I said, that guy is the modern day Scott Steiner. And I'm an early 90s wrestling fan, and that's a high compliment. And I'm not talking about the big Papa Pump Scott Steiner that was just barely moving around. No, I'm talking about the early 90s Scott Steiner with the black hair that was one of the most athletic wrestlers of his era. that guy. The guy that can do a standing Hurricane Rana, and I cannot remember what he called it. I'm ashamed. It wasn't a Hurricane Rana. He called it something that's the Steiner. I cannot remember. I'm ashamed to say that I cannot remember that. I'm an early 90s wrestling fan. But he used to do it from a standing jump, not from the top rope. But back to the point. Jason Jordan is much more than what they are booking him out to be. And I have to assume that the ending of this match is going to play into a WrestleMania match. At the end of the match, Jason Jordan is going to knock something over because Jason Jordan, of course. He's going to mess something up for Seth Rollins. That's going to set up Sheamus and Cesaro to get the victory. The 1, 2, 3. We're going to have new tag team champions. We're going to have friction between Jason Jordan and Rollins. And that's going to set up a match between Jason Jordan and Rollins at WrestleMania. So next up, we have the 2 out of 3 falls match. We have the Usos versus Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Look, these guys' first match was just, the latest match was just flat out incredible. And near fall after near fall, I really liked it. I didn't like the ending when we had the ref and the replay and all of that. I mean, what happened to the ref's decision is final? That's what it always was in wrestling when I was a kid. I mean, who changed that rule? But looking at this match, we have a show stealer on our hands. A definitive show stealer. 2 out of 3 falls. I hope they make the main show and not another match where the Usos have to get shoved on the pre-show. Because these guys have good chemistry. They proved it in that last match. Excuse me, great chemistry as they proved in that last match. As for the finish, I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to go with Gable and Benjamin here for the win. When I look at SmackDown's tag division, they need something. They need this feud to keep going because they're running out of feuds. As much tag teams as they have, they seem to be running out of feuds. So I'm going to go with Gable and Benjamin. And the way they're going to keep this feud moving is that I think they're going to have another questionable ref decision. But this time it's going to work in favor of Gable and Benjamin. Therefore, setting up a pay-per-view match. A third match between these guys for the titles. So therefore, Gable and Benjamin will win at the Royal Rumble. Now we're down to the title matches, and that's one thing that I like about the Royal Rumble. There are not a lot of matches, so the title matches come real early, and that's really exciting. I'm gonna start with the Universal title match: Brock Lesnar versus Kane versus Braun Strowman, and let's just say I'm not expecting a lot from this match. Look, Braun Strowman is on fire. He's white hot. This is the second time with WWE where I'm looking at a Braun Strowman in Brock Lesnar match and I'm like, put the belt on the dude. Put the belt on the guy. Because he's white hot, the crowd loves him. You gotta strap the rocket on him, but WWE, you know how they are. This is gonna be Brock Lesnar's match. We're gonna see a lot of suplexes. Suplex, and Brock's just gonna strut around the ring talking about Suplex City. Who cares? I've been on this trip for years now that I've been complaining about Brock Lesnar, but WWE just keeps going with it. In the end, I don't expect an exciting match. I expect some pretty good spots. Braun Strowman, where he throws people around, that's always entertaining. We're gonna have a few of those spots. But in the end, Brock Lesnar is obviously going to pick up the victory here against Kane. Kane is in this match to take the pinfall. Brock Lesnar will be on his way to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So, next up we have the SmackDown title match. AJ Styles, the phenomenal AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a handicap match. Why on earth did they not make this a triple threat match? I have no idea why. That would have been a much better solution to what we have now. First up, AJ Styles is back as the champion of the Royal Rumble again. Was last year. And this match albeit with the ridiculous handicap match stipulation, I expect it to be a great match. These guys are phenomenally talented, all three guys, and I expect a great match. However, what's going to derail this match is that the match is about Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. Once again, SmackDown is about the authority figures. Who would have thought that a year ago? And at the end of this match, it's going to be a very good match, great near falls, but it's going to get ruined by some type of stipulation or some type of nonsense that comes from Shane and Daniel Bryan. The referee's going to get knocked out. Something happens. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan gets into it, but in the end, I know WWE is not stupid enough to take the title off of AJ Styles. I mean, WWE does dumb things, but in the end, AJ Styles is going to win this match. He is the phenomenal one. This is the house that AJ Styles built, and he will keep the title heading into WrestleMania. And speaking of heading into WrestleMania, we have 2 Royal Rumble matches this year. Not 1, but 2. We have the Women's Royal Rumble match. I have not been excited about the way that they have build heading into this match. I've not been excited about it at all, but it is a Royal Rumble match. We'll see. I've gone to cautiously optimistic to a little bit negative about this match, but you know what? We'll see. Hopefully they turn the house out. Hopefully it's a great match. But we're gonna start with 1 versus 2. The first person that I expect to come out is Sasha Banks. And the number 2 person that I expect to come out is Trish Stratus. We're gonna have ourselves a dream match to start off the Royal Rumble. And I really hope they go down this route because that is gonna amp the fans up. As for surprise eliminations, I'm going to go with Trish Stratus, obviously, Lita, Caitlyn, Karma. I think Karma is gonna come back. This is my prediction. Karma is gonna come back and eliminate the Bellas, or whichever one of the Bellas that's in the match. Karma is gonna come back and eliminate them to pay off that storyline from years ago. I really hope that happens. And the last surprise entrant that I have is Stephanie McMahon. Look, there's a lot of weird energies out there that I see building up with y'all on Twitter that Stephanie McMahon is gonna win this match. Y'all just stop talking about it. Just stop talking about it. I don't want to hear it. And Stephanie and boy, I wouldn't put it past WWE. That's the bad thing. I wouldn't put it past them. But I'm gonna stay on track here. Not gonna get sidetracked. Next up, the first elimination to set up a the first elimination to set up a WrestleMania match. I have this for the men, but as for the women, I don't think WWE is competent enough to set up a WrestleMania match here. I think they're gonna be lazy as it pertains to the women going into the WrestleMania match. We're gonna have the 2 title matches, and then I think they're gonna do what WWE always does with the women. They're just gonna set up a 6 or 8 woman tag team match at WrestleMania. So I don't really see any elimination setting up a WrestleMania match here. Next up, we have the most eliminations. I think this is straightforward for the women and the men. As for the women, Asuka is going to be the woman with the most eliminations. They gotta have her looking dominant in this match, although I'm worried going forward as I move on. The number 30 pick will be Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey. Now, she's come out and said that she will not be at the Royal Rumble, but I think that's kind of throwing us off the scent in that she will be at the Royal Rumble. And moving on, the final 4 will be Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Ronda Rousey. Now look, ever since they announced this match, I've been saying, if the winner is not Asuka, then why are we here? The winner better had been Asuka, or I'm going to be ticked. Well, as it would turn out, and something is telling me just go down the logical route. Asuka should win here. Go down the logical route. As it turns out, I'm not going to go down the logical route here. It is my opinion that if Ronda Rousey is in this match, WWE is going to be way too concerned with making press and headlines to let one of their main women wrestlers win this match. In the end, if Ronda Rousey is in this match, she is going to be your winner, unfortunately. And look, I worry about Ronda Rousey, because if Ronda Rousey wins this match, we are going to have a Roman Reigns situation. We are in Philadelphia. The crowd is going to boo her out of the building. And look, they better turn a heel after this, because the crowd is going to hate her just like they hated Roman Reigns. They felt like he was forced down their throats. Ronda Rousey is going to be forced down our throats. It's going to be that type of feeling in this match, and Philadelphia is going to let her have it if she wins. Now, if Ronda Rousey is telling the truth and she isn't in this match, obviously my pick will be Asuka. But if she is, Ronda Rousey is winning this match, unfortunately. Now let's head to the men. We have the men's Royal Rumble. And we're going to start with 1 versus 2, just like we did the women. 1, I'm going to have Chris Jericho coming out as the #1 entrant in the Royal Rumble. And at number 2, we're going to have Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura, Swagzuki, the king of strong style. We have, just like the women, we have a dream match that's going to start off the Royal Rumble. And that's just going to get the crowd amped again. And we're going to move on here. I cannot wait. I would love to see that. But we're going to move on here to surprise entrance. Obviously, I have Jericho as a surprise entrance. I'm going to go with Ricochet as a surprise entrant. Rey Mysterio, Triple H, and Dolph Ziggler as a surprise entrant. Nobody is mentioning that. I haven't seen anybody mentioning that around. He's gonna come in. I wouldn't really want to see him come back as a surprise entrant, but I think they're gonna have him come back as a surprise entrant, which leads me to the first elimination to set up a future Mania match. It is going to be Dolph Ziggler eliminating Bobby Roode, in my opinion. And that's going to set up a United States Championship match. Dolph Ziggler versus Bobby Roode. That's going to set up the storyline, much like we've seen with Roman Reigns and Undertaker last year. He's going to eliminate Bobby Roode, and we're going to be on the path to WrestleMania with Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. As for the most eliminations, here's my opinion, or my prediction. I think Braun Strowman is going to pull double duty in this match. Braun Strowman is going to come back all ticked off and mad, and he's going to have the most eliminations in this match. He's going to be throwing out people left and right. As for the final 4, my final 4 will be Braun Strowman, Nakamura, Roman Reigns, and John Cena. I didn't go to the number 30 pick because I think they're going to troll us on the number 30 pick. It's going to be somebody like Jason Jordan or something like that, just to get the crowd mad. But that's going to be my final 4. I have a video out. Top 5 reasons why Nakamura will win the Royal Rumble. Why he's guaranteed to win the Royal Rumble. Shameless plug there, but I have it out. I've been wavering on that logic. It seems WWE is low on Nakamura, but in the end, Braun Strowman is going to eliminate Roman Reigns, Cena is going to eliminate Braun Strowman, and it's going to be down to Nakamura and John Cena. Nakamura will eliminate John Cena. He needs a huge momentum-making moment, and that would be it. Nakamura will be your WWE Royal Rumble 2018 winner. He's going to get on the middle rope and point at the sign. We're gonna get pyro. We're gonna actually get pyro from the sign. Nakamura, the King of Strong Style, Swagzuki. He's gonna go on to WrestleMania to face AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, the only dream, well, maybe not the only dream match, but the dream match on the SmackDown roster will be made. Nakamura versus AJ Styles, and I cannot wait. So in the end, I have Nakamura winning the Men's Royal Rumble, Ronda Rousey winning the Women's Royal Rumble. Ronda Rousey is gonna go on to face Charlotte, in my opinion. This should be a really good match, really good pay-per-view. The Royal Rumble always is a phenomenal pay-per-view. I cannot wait. I'm going to be live tweeting, might get on Periscope, who knows, but I will be watching. Hopefully you will be watching with me.